can't layer a beatbox on myself at the same time I'm doing this rap I'm about to do.
Why are you gonna rap? Don't rap.
I represent flat Earth. My penis got fat girth. That's my whole self-worth. Who the fuck is Colin Firth? Check out the ice walls. Check out these big balls. The only globes around here. Don't fuck with no spears.
Oh my god.
Free Britney Spears. There, that's our cold open.
Honeys, we're home.
Hello and welcome to Sinclairity A Dinosaurs Tale. I am your host. We're gonna need another Timmy, along with my co-host.
Don't listen to that government chill. This is Mark Sargent. I'm a globe buster, and I'm here to talk about flat Earth theory.
That's right, because on today's podcast where we talk about the TV show Dinosaurs, we're talking about a very special episode about flat Earth.
We're here to talk about freeing Britney Spears. Her last name used to be Spheres, and they changed the rhyming pattern because the government does not want you to know what they're hiding from us.
That makes sense. Is it actually? Isn't there? I know you're being funny, Ben, or you're trying to be funny, but
it's the important distinction.
Isn't there a real conspiracy out there right now with like involving Kim Kardashian and Britney Spears? Isn't that a thing?
I don't watch Star Trek.
Oh, okay.
I heard that Kanye West is actually married to Britney Spears and that they switched bodies. Confirm or deny?
We gotta go to Twitter for that.
I'll have to consult my my crew.
Yeah. Well, anyway,
my local chapter of the Freemasons.
That third voice you hear today is Zach Delights.
Zach George, the producer, is back.
Guys, I'm not a guest. I'm not really a guest.
Yeah, Zach's just in the studio.
I chimed in
the booth.
There.
We got Zach in the booth.
So, full disclosure, Zach did not watch this episode, but he's going to be here anyway. So,
yeah, I'm going to hang out and then maybe take a call from someone about a flat Earth.
We're going to get a real-life flat earther on today's episode.
But anyway, speaking of Zach, this is episode 45 of Sinclairity A Dinosaurs Tale. I am Ben Hand Up Me. I sent Mark Sargent out of the room. He wasn't funny enough.
It's funny
because it didn't work.
You sounded the same, like the same person.
Sounded the same? Oh, well, that's just because of how microphones work, I think.
Oh, you put on the flat Earth setting.
Yeah, there's a flat Earth setting.
I did use a flat Earth filter on you, so you sound pretty similar.
Yeah, if you look at like the equalizer screen, it kind of like is shaped like a dome. Like that's how the settings work.
Yeah.
You wouldn't know.
And then it goes flat.
Okay. I received a text back.
Okay.
So we may have someone calling in at some point.
Okay, cool. Just when he's about to call in, don't warn us.
I'll give you a heads up. I may go off camera.
But yeah, today we're going to be discussing season 3, episode 9 of what's the show called again? Dinosaurs?
Yes.
Yeah, which is the show we discuss here every week if you haven't been paying attention, except last week where 2 weeks ago we took the week off. I get confused about the timeline sometimes.
Yeah. This is a different.
Yeah, so this is Charlene's Flat World, and it was released December 4th, 1992.
Oh,
remember the 4th of December.
That's right.
And we're recording it on the 4th, but of July. We're recording it on Slavery Day or whatever.
Which is like summer December, if you think about it.
Summer December. It's like Christmas in July.
Except I feel obligated to see less people than in December. I don't want to see anyone.
I probably won't see anyone today unless I pick up some Chinese food later.
Yeah, I already went to the vegan deli. So.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Brag.
What's up? Hang on. I was looking at something. Vegan deli. How's that go?
It's like food that isn't meat.
No, sure, but like if I go to the deli, like I don't eat a lot of meat.
Well, it's probably like there's a lot of places called cafes that aren't really a cafe. Like,
what's the definition of a cafe then?
It means coffee in French and Spanish. I don't know.
You're telling me that?
Are there other languages than American?
I think
cafe on this day.
Cafe is short for washateria, so it's like a laundrette where you wash your mouth with food.
Well, Zach, if you'd like to know, they have a wide selection of vegan meats.
Is it like fake meats and fake cheeses or nut cheeses? I guess I shouldn't say fake because it's kind of whatever, but like
vegan meats is my favorite dating website.
Yeah. It is. You can buy like a pound of like seitan or stuff like that.
That's how you know it's evil.
Is it like deli? Is it like deli sliced, like a cold cut?
Yeah.
They make it look like it.
Like today, I had like they call it a beef melt, BEPH, and it was like an Italian.
I like the spelling worse than the idea.
It was really good.
Interesting.
But they have their own Arby's sandwich that they call it the Blarby. It's great.
I'm a Blarby girl.
Yeah, when Ben comes for Fest, I'll bring Ben and we'll get
some Blarbies.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Blarbies, where meat doesn't happen.
That's a free ad for them.
free plug for Blarbies. No, that's not what it's called.
A Dunedin vegan deli.
Okay, cool. So yeah, this week we're going to be discussing Charlene's Hot World. It was written by Tim Doyle, who's a friend of the podcast, writer for all of a bunch of shit. Who cares? And then it's directed by Mark Broll, who directed A New Leaf, which was a weird ass episode about dinosaurs eating weed.
I'm gonna need new leaf. Yeah,
I don't get it. So anyway,
it's a Ghostbusters song, right?
No, you're thinking of you're thinking of the thing that they ripped off.
Yeah, that's what I'm
No, I don't think that was a Ghostbusters song. I think it was just a song.
Yeah, I think that I see the line of thought that happened there is you're trying to say Huey Lewis and you're just like pretty much like
Ray Parker Jr. stole the song.
I heard that Huey Lewis was an actual Ghostbuster.
I mean, he could have been in the movie. Like, he could have replaced anyone in that movie, probably.
He's my favorite of Donald Duck's nephews.
Sure.
Huey Louie.
Yeah.
Because everyone knows that Duck is just describing him, and his last name is actually Lewis. It's Donald Lewis.
Well, no, he just really likes Rilo Kiley, so he changed his last name to Lewis after Ginny Lewis.
I heard they were married for a little bit, like a Max Bemis kind of situation.
Is all marriage a Max Bemis situation?
Man, Jenny Lewis is way hotter than Huey Lewis.
Because it's more like a Sherry Dupree situation because she married multiple people. Like Max Bemis, I think, has only been married the once.
I thought he was married to the woman from Isley.
Yeah, Sherry Dupree, but she used to be married to Jesse Lacey and then the Newfound Glory guy.
Chad.
Yeah, Kroger.
No, not Chad. It was the
Chad.
singer. No.
Chad is the singer.
Chad Walmart.
No, he's not. Jordan is the singer of Newfound Glory.
Are you sure?
Chad is the guy who writes all the songs, but he plays guitar. He's the hardcore guy. He's the
Shai Hulud.
Is this our?
He was a Shai Hulud for the first record.
Yeah.
Is this our gatekeeping podcast already?
Hey, yeah. I'm just telling facts.
Yeah, she was married. She was married to Chad Gilbert.
Gilbert, not Kroger. Chad Kroger
is Nickelback. I was being annoying when I said that.
You're thinking of Avril Lavigne,
who was married to the guy from Sum 41.
Who was, yeah.
Is this a real Avril Lavigne situation?
It's a real Avril Lavigne situation.
Glad we nailed that down.
That's a good conspiracy theory.
So Max Bemis wasn't married to some other like music woman whose name I can't remember?
Before Sherry Dupree? No.
Yeah, I felt like okay. Well, you know.
No.
He probably wanted to marry himself.
He was married to the game.
Was he married to Chad Kroger?
Yeah, that's what it was.
Oh,
yeah, Chad Kroger, the owner of the Kroger chain of restaurants.
It's a grocery store. What do you mean
restaurants?
It's a cafe.
Get food.
The first grocery store.
It's a cafe.
And too many people. They put in a big Kroger like downtown in like the hipster area. And it's like
fucking
huge
Kroger,
and like fancy and whatever. And like I've heard way too many people like, oh, it's pretty nice. Like it's not, you just go out to eat there. And I'm not going out to eat at Kroger. If I'm going down to OTR, I'm going to go to like a real restaurant. Like I'm not going to Kroger. It's pretty good.
Yeah, but an OTR, pretty much anything constitutes as a real restaurant now. I'd be like, this is like they have that karaoke bar where they like you have your private room and they lower the food into the room.
Tokyo Kitty? Technically, it's not in OTR. It's just in like mainline downtown.
I wasn't talking about Tokyo Kitty. I think
is there another karaoke bar that I don't know
there's
about?
a couple. There's also Pins. There's a bowling bar.
That place is cool. I've been there.
Bar. My friend works there.
Let's talk about more Cincinnati specific stuff.
Yeah, let's talk about Arcade Legacy again.
y'all like melt?
No, I don't.
I hear it's good.
I did.
I like the Tickle Pickle. That they have good food there. So if anybody's ever in Cincinnati, I'll be there in a few weeks.
Yeah, you'll be there while I'm in Chicago.
I'll be there for 3 weeks. Are you going to be in Chicago for 3 weeks?
God willing.
Just to hang out.
I'm literally going for one night.
You go to a tiki bar with Adel Rafai and tell them I said hey.
There you go.
You go hang out with Marty and Sarah.
I'll see if they want to go see Brendan Kelly with me.
You're going to Chicago to see Brendan?
Yeah, it's like a 5-hour drive. It's not bad.
Chicago's pretty close.
I've never been. I forget where you people live.
It costs $13. I was like, yeah, I'm doing this.
He's playing in Tampa, I think.
Oh yeah, I saw that on that tour.
Nice.
Well, it was either that or Cleveland. And I was like, Cleveland's a little bit closer, but then I have to go to Cleveland, and like my one friend who lives there has been like in Colorado for a year, so I'm like, I don't care. I'm not going up there.
I'm gonna start a Twitter called Nihilist Blarbies.
I go. Should I bring Brendan Kelly a Blarbies sandwich? Would that be funny?
No. Sorry, just paying you back earlier for saying I was trying to be funny.
I'll bring him the Barbie sandwich and be like, could you play the actually good Lawrence Arms songs?
Oh, come on. They're good.
I mean, I haven't listened to the newer stuff yet, but Zach likes it, so it's probably good.
Oh, their latest album is awesome.
I was always really into the Falcon.
Me too. I never listened to the Lawrence Arms before last year.
The latest Falcon album though is not good.
I didn't listen to it. I listened to it one time before I saw, like the day that I went and saw them. Yeah, and that was when Kyle Kinane was opening for him.
I remember me and Tim's friend Melissa sent me Unicornography years ago, and then I was obsessed with it.
That album's incredible. It's so good.
It came out around the same time that like Kill Punk Rock Stars by the Fad came out, and they were like just two fucking perfect records.
Yeah, it was 06.
It was
07, I think.
06.
Yeah.
06 sounds about right. I was a kid. That's what I remember.
It came out the same year as O Calcutta, which was insane that he put out two great records like that.
The first Falcon EP is also awesome.
It is.
That's the one that has the naming pattern based on the way Rocky and Bullwinkle, right?
Yeah, which I ripped off for a Tall Tale song. I really do. I love it. It's like
I use that for several Sinclairity episodes. I like the Or thing a lot.
I love Or, and
I stole that from Zach though.
And I do love that from Rocky and Bullwinkle. It's awesome.
It's funny to have the alternate options to me.
And the story behind the EP is funny too. How they basically like snuck into the dude from Rise Against the studio and recorded it without anyone knowing, and they weren't allowed to.
But I also loved the way that he like formed that band, which he's like, man, I'd love to be in a band called the Falcon. That sounds badass. And then he told people that, and they're like, yeah, let's do that.
Yeah. Right. Wasn't it with it's Dan, right? Dan from Alkaline?
Yeah, he's in that band, but on that first EP, I think one of the guitarist from Rise Against was in it, and he's like, "Oh yeah, this dude came in and just shredded, and then like wasn't on any of the other albums."
Yeah, and then when Unicornography came out, they got for the tours and stuff. They got the one brother from the Smoking Popes. He played guitar.
That's cool.
Not the singer, but his brother.
He's not the singer. He's my brother. But today's episode is about.
Thanks.
What?
Ben, I want to tell you that I love the way that your brain works. How you just make connections and just have to throw away the line and then plow forward with the show.
That's what we do. We had to do it all the time. That's the premise of this show.
It's a curse. When told to come up with an original idea for school, Charlene hits upon the notion that the world is round. However, her discovery lands her in jail, as it should. Shut up, Mark. And on trial for heresy, which begs the question how free dinosaurs are to think and say what they believe.
Yeah, there's a lot of like
Government
weird
shield.
religious stuff going on in this episode.
That's good. That's the way I like it.
Yeah, those are the best ones.
We'll get, there's like a few things for trivia, but I'm gonna reference them when they come up in the episode because they're kind of relevant to different parts.
Okay.
So it'll probably be easier to like get into. But yeah, let's start this episode. Zach, how did you like the episode?
I didn't watch the episode.
I know you didn't. You had time.
Damn it.
There was an hour between you being told what episode it was and joining in on this call.
Oh no, but I was like doing stuff, and
You're
then I
pulling
was
a
like,
Tig
"Oh, they're
Notaro.
on. I'm gonna hop in there."
You're pulling a
eating
Tig.
ice cream. I forget.
What you mean, like on How Did This Get Made? When she didn't watch the movie?
Yeah,
that was
and-
wild. I was angry. I was like, "Don't be on the episode." That and her girlfriend like had watched it and was like really into it, and I was like,
Yeah.
"Come on."
Her girlfriend,
Yeah, I'm her.
like the
See,
person in the relationship that would like put in the extra labor in that situation. Like, whereas Tig just seems to like roll with shit. That's her whole like thing.
Yeah,
I mean, Tig's an
Yeah.
amazing comedian though.
she's super funny.
Like that live album, the Live album, the one
Liv,
about cancer,
yeah, I have that.
it's fucking beautiful.
Isn't she
It
in
is.
that? Isn't she in that Zombie Land movie?
I don't
Is she in Zombieland?
know.
Didn't she? Not Zombieland, the new one, that new Zack Snyder one that came out
I
on
wouldn't
Netflix.
know.
Oh yeah, she is.
And didn't she replace a
She
different
replaced
actor,
somebody.
Chris D'Elia?
Oh
Is
yeah,
that-
she replaced Chris D'Elia because
That's
they got
hilarious.
canceled, and then they just brought Tig in and like seemingly didn't rewrite the jokes. What was that movie called? I heard it was like
I thought it was zombie. It's zombie something.
I've heard mixed reviews of
Zombieland?
it. It's like Land of the
No,
Dead.
Zombieland was the movie with Mark Zuckerberg.
Oh, okay.
Stop it.
I mean Eisenberg,
Mark
the
Zuckerberg.
kid from Squid and the Whale.
Jeff Daniels?
Yeah, Jeff Daniels. No, the kid who comes in the library book.
It was the whale. Sure.
It was the whale. From Squid and the Whale.
You
I love
remember
I love that
Squid and the
movie,
whale.
though.
He's the whale.
It's my
Bubby?
favorite. It's my favorite Pink Floyd biopic.
Is it Bubby? Which one is pink?
It's a very Kafka-esque movie.
Which one is Floyd?
But
I'm Red Floyd and he's White Floyd, and together.
for you, I'll tip. But normally I don't tip. I'm Mr. Brown Floyd. Sorry.
Oh wow! I say this on our show all the time, but we are off the rails.
Speaking of crazy trains, so
Because no one did enough rails.
nobody- oh okay. Oh shit. Speaking of enough rails,
Oh god!
is this going to be difficult to edit with the wind?
Hey, look
No,
at
it'll be
what
fine.
it is. This show
Perfect.
has gone into full chaos. This is
Okay, so introducing to the podcast late in the game is Chris from Keystone Copycats.
Hey there, buddy boy. He's pointing at his mic.
He's pointing out it's a very nice mic.
It's the same as mine.
Wait, speak, Chris.
No. I
Oh,
don't
there
think
we go.
it-
He's
Is
not a
it?
trained dog?
He's a good boy.
But I did respond, so
Yeah.
I'm kind of a trained dog.
In a way. So,
You did just say speaking of crazy trains, and then
I like
Opt in.
Chris's AEW parody T-shirt here.
What do you mean? That's
What
my
is that?
company that I came up with first. So the first year AEW came out, I needed a name for my company, and I'm like, oh, I'll just use that. Like that, like it was so much easier. And I would literally like I talked to my my cousin who was making the design. He goes, what do you want? I said, just do that, but just change the letter. He goes, okay. I'm like, yeah, I don't care. Just fucking do it.
yeah, you're like, I'm ripping this off already, so let's
Yeah,
just like really rip
amazing.
it off.
Well, I figure it might get notoriety, you know, if I do
what's
something
should
that
what's
sell it.
variety?
Just sell it. Just sell it on pro wrestling.
Take another
tees.
run at that word.
No, I liked what I said.
Try take two.
Listen, I'm still sick. You
Oh yeah,
hang
I forgot
on.
that you were sick.
Yeah, we
Hang
went on
on.
vacation for a week together, like with our families and another friend,
Just
and like
together.
day 2, he got so sick that he was like upstairs in bed, and I didn't see him for 2 days.
I felt so bad for Beth having to deal
Well, she
with
was
like,
working the whole time.
it's too
No.
early in a relationship to have to deal with that shit.
No, he meant
he
she
pooped all
feels
over
bad
her.
because she has to date me. That's why it's
That's-
dating.
I'm
Just to,
negging him.
just to get it out of the way, we did float on. We got floaties and floated in the lake while we watched a movie on like my giant projector.
Amazing.
And
Jaws?
he did a back. No, we watched Harry Potter and the
Jaws. Copernicus.
I can't believe you're wasting this great material for the inferior show.
What I'm saying
Two
is
sisters.
what I'm saying is
Goddamn.
that he backflipped out of his float and pooped in the lake while we were watching the movie.
Now, I did proclaim several times, stop making me laugh.
Get back in the water.
Yeah, I said, stop making me laugh. I'll poop the lake.
And he literally backflipped out.
And
Pulled
poop the
Caddyshack.
lake. Now, there was enough warning because I handed my beer to Zach, as in like, hey, something's about to go down.
Hold my
I was
beer.
like,
I'm gonna do a Caddyshack in this lake.
And
Yeah.
because I was in a lake, it didn't go down at all.
Yeah.
We don't know. It was very dark, so we didn't see what happened to it. But we swam in the lake again the next day. It was fine.
That's
Wow.
how you get piranhas.
Rich and
You want
fertile.
piranhas?
Yeah, that's how they're bred.
They're ass eaters. Bottom
Oh.
eaters.
Yeah, they're millennial fish.
Millennial fish. It's my favorite Star Wars ship.
The Millennium Fish?
That's right.
Falcon? The Millennium Falcon?
No,
Falcon?
that's my favorite Burning Kelly band. It's different.
Burning Kelly.
That's
But,
it.
So what did
So,
you
yeah.
guys talk about? You
So,
can
mostly
catch me up,
Brennan Kelly.
boys.
Chris, we were about to start this episode about flat Earth, and we wanted to get your thoughts on flat Earth theory.
As
Got a
Oh,
lot of
man.
strong opinions on satellites.
so, let me
And
reiterate
neither of us have watched the episode.
Let me quickly reiterate
I
the summary
don't-
of the episode because we're
yeah.
about to get into it anyway. Then we
Okay.
can. It'll come up. The whole episode's about flat Earth.
Yeah.
So,
Oh,
when
you
told
haven't
to come-
done the episode yet?
No, we just
No.
started it.
Oh.
When told to
I
come up
thought you
with
guys were. I thought you guys were live, Ben.
No,
We
we're
are
dead.
live.
I died weeks ago.
Dead or
Wow.
When told to come up with
Ben?
an original idea for school, Charlene
Ben?
hits upon the notion that the world is round. Motherfucker. However, her discovery lands her in jail and on trial for heresy, as it should, which begs the question how free dinosaurs are to think and say what they believe.
Yeah,
So that's the quick summary.
yeah, that's the episode.
So now we have to compare it to tropes from Groundhog Day. So we can-
I'm not gonna lie. I don't remember any of the tropes. It's been at least 5 weeks.
Well, it's been such a long time. Honestly, I think the last. I think we recorded the season finale in like the first week of April.
I know there's second day
And it came out like
uncertainty.
2 weeks ago.
I know that.
Mhm.
Oh boy.
Okay, so, and the second season is Boss Baby.
No,
No,
we haven't announced it yet. It's
Boss Baby.
Movies
Boss
about Boss
Baby.
Baby.
Zach,
watch
it is
Boss
Boss
Baby?
Baby.
It's-
I think
it's-
our secret's out.
It's roles where Alec Baldwin plays Boss Baby. It's like you have the one where
Glengarry
the
Glen
leads
Ross.
are weak. Yeah, that one.
Uh,
You got
Sweaty.
what's that
Sweaty
sexy
30
balls.
Rock.
What's
30
that
Rock.
sexy one in the '90s where he has sex with his wife?
Beetlejuice.
Tom
Beetlejuice.
Dead wife. His
Tom,
sex with
we're
his
doing
dead
we're
wife.
doing a whole episode that's just Tom Cruise compared to Boss Baby. I think he's gonna
Compared to
be
Penelope
100%
Cruz.
Boss Baby.
Can I go on a tangent?
I wish you would.
about
At
about
what point
Earth?
in your success? I was doing this the other day. I was like, at what point in your success do you
What is
stop watching movies like this is going to be good for my reel? Like, do you think Tom Cruise, like when he does a movie, he's like, oh, that's going to go good in the reel? Like, do you think he still has to keep up with it? Like,
No, he's offer only.
He updates
Oh.
he does it on his own on a YouTube channel where he just.
I like
updates
that
his
he does the
acting reel.
dailies and he taps the guy editing on the shoulder, like, oh, that's good. That's good. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I
Send
look
that
great
to me.
here.
If you're at that
Didn't he-
level, I think it'd be funny to just like make a reel of all your small cameos and submit it.
Didn't he do that with didn't he supposedly do that with the Mummy? Like he was like super like hands-on, like he was just like, no, I'm not
No,
gonna
he
do
got
that.
he got arrested for being too hands-on because he wasn't in the movie. He was on set.
Oh, God.
It was different.
With my mummy.
Brandon Fraser did not enjoy his antics.
He was
Oh, no.
pissed.
You didn't correct me. I said Brandon. Is that his name?
No, it's Brendan.
Take that, Ben.
It's Fraser Crane.
I guess someone's not always listening.
Brendan Kelly.
No, it's Fraser Crane who's listening.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right.
Brendan Fraser Crane.
Yeah, so let's get into the episode so we can get some of
Nobody's listening anymore.
What
I
if
know.
we did this episode like we were two idiots, and you were explaining the show
Don't
to
steal
us.
don't
Got
steal our
it.
idea.
Got it. Know where I'm gonna come from.
That's
on this.
literally the whole point of the show.
Yeah.
What if you imagined that we were the stupidest
It's easy if you
rocks
try.
you could find?
So Charlene is in Mr. Pullman's science class learning about the various forms of water, or rather, she's just writing her name in fancy handwriting in a journal. I think it's funny because she's just writing Charlene Sinclair, but it's in the same manner you would write like your name and then your crush's last name.
But I
She
think
just
that was like a
lets
thing that
herself.
people did. They would write their own name, and then when they had a crush, they'd change it up and add the crush name. Like, ooh.
Yeah, like a
Charlene Crush.
tattoo where you keep crossing off your old wives.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all have that. We all relate to that.
What I get a full pin-up version of every wife I have, and then I get it crossed out and put another pin-up next to it.
How
But
many
it's like a
wives?
thin line, right?
A thin
Thin
blue
blue
line.
Yeah.
It wraps.
Fuck.
So, hey, do you think the
Everyone's
teacher?
jerking it.
Do you think the
What?
teacher was named after Bill Pullman?
No. Anyway, so in an effort to engage
Damn.
Charlene's interest,
I mean,
science
it
didn't
is-
work.
Well,
It is July 4th, after all.
Oh,
Oh yeah, I don't know what that means though.
Independence Day. It's
Oh, I'm British.
Bill Pullman.
anyone else notice that Tim's name is Myra now?
Yeah.
Were we not going to talk about
well,
it?
we've discussed this already.
That's that. Seriously, Myra Sisson seems like that's like your fucking chef name.
Why did you say Sisson?
'Cause that's what it says.
He's not French.
Sisson. What is
Sounds
it?
like she's
Sisson?
like a spicy deli meat.
What?
It's-
You get the
Pronounce it in a
Myra
way. Pronounce it in a way that
It's
makes any sense to me.
It's actually sis on Zach George on mine,
Sisson Zach George.
as in the sister,
Oh, okay.
like some action.
We were just talking about grinding Zach's sister a little bit ago.
Jesus.
Well, Zach was talking about it. To be fair.
I wouldn't
We
know
were.
about that.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
stop it.
Wow.
It's pronounced Sisson, first of all.
Sisson.
Oh, like a name would be pronounced. I see.
No, Sisson.
Yeah.
Yeah, she drinks
Mira
cafe.
Sisson.
She drinks cafe at the cafe.
Cafe du Monde.
Bonsoir, Madame Sisson.
Beignet to you, sir.
Hey,
Anyway.
did anyone else start out their 4th of July watching The Patriot with Mel Gibson?
No. That
I
sounds like a
remember-
good idea.
I
wa-
mean, I didn't either then.
we watched that in history class in high school,
That's
and the
not
teacher
history.
fast forwarded over all the violence.
Oh, then that's
So,
the whole movie.
Just the historical content was all we got out of it.
Yeah,
Which is
like
none.
at the end, I'm like, I love how over the top it is, and I was just like, if he doesn't stab a motherfucker with that
With the
double
flag?
sharpened American flag, and then I'm like,
Perfect.
oh, maybe I forget, maybe he doesn't stab someone, and then he fucking stabs the horse. I'm like, that's just as good.
It's
I
my
didn't even see
favorite.
that one
It's
coming.
my favorite sequel to Braveheart. I love it. It's just the same guy.
Yeah, he goes through different bodies.
I
And
thought
he's-
Get the Gringo was a better sequel to Braveheart.
the beaver.
Yeah, that's right.
Anyway,
That's
so,
what Issa's calling marrying Tim as she's getting the gringo.
oh my God.
And he's calling it the Beaver.
Oh no.
He's calling it Tampa Girl.
Oh my God.
But
So,
yeah,
yeah.
so Pullman's trying to get interest on this assignment from Charlene because she's like not paying attention. And she says everybody has to come up with their own original idea before the next day, which I guess back before they had ideas might have been easier. Because like, what are you going to come up with? Like when we had to do assignments like this, like create your own product or something, mine always were way worse than I thought I was going to like fucking like kill it. And I'd come in and be like, it's like a zipper with a lighter attached to it or something. something nobody needs.
That's awful.
Like- Light your clothes on fire.
Exactly.
Yeah. So she immediately was just like, well, would it be better if you just tell us what to do? Like why do we have to?
Because she's a bootlicker.
Yeah.
We all get it.
Yeah, she's like, you just tell us to build a corpuscle, which I don't know what that is, corpuscle, or write a poem about raccoons, which I don't know why that would be a part of science class. But I was into that shit.
Because raccoons are scientifical.
They have
Nature's
huge balls.
Bandit. A poem.
Trash
I like
pandas.
that. Like the default for science is that just dissect it.
Yeah.
Like how's a raccoon scientific? You're like, I'm gonna cut him open. Like,
Yeah.
oh Jesus.
But
Okay.
what if I disassembled it?
Yeah. Ah.
In a
So
very grisly manner.
They had to
So-
do that. They had to do it with tauntauns in Star Wars in science class. That's why Luke was so ready.
Yeah, and Luke was always
Well,
climbing
hang
into
on.
him like, come on.
Listen, just because you don't know any other animal in Star Wars doesn't mean you jump to the kangaroo. You don't dissect a kangaroo in class.
On
Maybe you
Solo.
don't.
No, they do in Australia. I think
an
I can
animal.
confirm this.
But I would also
That's,
know
that's what we know
fist fight
about
'em.
Australia.
They have
That would
scary
be like
spiders
us-
and they punch kangaroos.
That would
Would
be
you
like
fist-
us dissecting a deer. Like that
So,
would be
yeah.
wild.
They don't punch them. They try and box them, but
Okay,
they
but
lose
clearly
every
my
time.
joke is because they literally dissect a tauntaun in the fucking movie.
No, they don't.
I
No, they
mean,
don't. They make a coat out of them.
He makes
Big
sense.
old coat.
you're right. It's more like a Cruella de Vil situation.
Yeah.
I think they
Shelter
try to
in place.
gentrify the neighborhood and live in the tauntaun.
I think we make.
There
I think
goes
we make.
there goes the neighborhood.
I think we make Ben explain his jokes from here on out. To really, engage and more
That's why I call
importantly,
it-
dissect.
That's why I call going to therapy. Explaining my jokes.
trying to be funny.
No, but so this is what I meant. It's funny though, right? Ben,
No,
we
the
really
joke
need to
is
work
that-
on
It's
No,
a joke.
issues.
It's a joke about racism. I wasn't being racist.
and then you respond, "Is that how you think I took it?" A lot of questions.
That's me post coitus. Is that how you think I took it?
Oh my God.
Is that was it good for the gander?
Oh,
Tim fucking is in my brain at this point. He knows what I'm gonna say at any point.
Yeah,
Your brain looks like Charlene's brain on this episode.
Yeah, they have an
Flat
X-ray
Earth in there.
We finally get to see the inside of the dinosaur's mask, and they have like an X-ray of Charlene's brain exploding when she finds out she has to do some independent thought.
Yeah. Also, Ben,
Huh.
did you notice? How do you think they kept
Probably
those
not.
glasses on the teacher? He
What?
has glasses on, but he has no ears, so they're just like on his eye.
It's just like how their earrings just hang up from their head.
Yeah.
Well, it's like on Arthur when he has headphones and there's ear on where our ears would be, but his ears are sticking out the top of his head.
Yeah, the meme about like checking out your friend's mixtape or whatever. Yeah, I listened to it. But yeah, so that was the cold open, and they go into the theme song, which is full of sound effects, which apparently our show should be too, according to Zach's friend.
Yeah. Also,
I didn't
thank
say that. I never said that, and
No,
I'm
it
his
wasn't
only
my friend. It was some rando that I didn't know.
Ooh.
Some random. Well, if they listen to the
Wow.
podcast, they're definitely
Chris, you're
gonna
just some
feel
rando
exactly
now,
honored.
dude.
It was
Yeah.
a listener.
I got demoted
Ooh,
from Michigan,
listener.
from the Michigan trip.
I didn't see you in any of the pictures, so I assumed that they did not want you there.
Yeah, I'm not very
He's in one of them.
photogenic.
His leg is.
His leg is.
Well,
No, he got sick and couldn't go do anything, so
Yeah.
we had to take his son out and do
Should I at
the-
least got a picture of him
I
shitting
got-
in the lake?
We were there for like 5 days, and I got sick for one. He's like, "Well, we might as well just write him off the trip. Don't take pictures of him."
Famously, you just said you were still a little sick.
Chris got dysentery. They had
That
to
is famous.
move off
Yeah,
the
if you
Oregon
look-
Trail
One of the pictures of the fire, if you look through the frog and the sticks, you can see my middle finger.
through the fire.
That's true.
It's my favorite Dragon Force song.
Yeah, so this is like a shorter cold open, but this episode felt really long for some reason.
I thought it felt super quick. I don't know.
Really?
Yeah,
I
it
don't
didn't take me
know.
long to write notes. There's only like
Yeah.
7 scenes or something.
Yeah. Well,
Eight
so
scenes.
yeah, we get the cold
It's
open.
like a bottle episode.
Yeah. And then we get baby, he's drawing, he's coloring.
Coloring with originally with a red crayon, but when he holds up his artwork, it's all green, so it doesn't really make sense.
Yeah, but Earl does not care that this green blob looks like him.
Don't just read directly from the notes, all like without any emotion or affect in your voice.
But Earl
I
does
can
not
see you just
care
leaning in with
that
your,
the
like-
blob looks
No.
like
I can't
That's-
see
This is
this.
when you have to
And-
do a group assignment with kids at school and like you did all the work and they're just reading off the fucking PowerPoint.
That's how his new character Myra delivers them. You've got to understand this. He's working on a character.
It's called method acting.
he's French
Method
and he's
acting.
just learned how like English, so he has trouble reading
Oh.
it still.
Hey, Zach, we
We
right? That's all.
Like
That's
that.
the extent
I
of
know
my
that.
my Frenchisms.
Sisson and
So
Cafe.
essentially,
Oui.
so yeah, baby draws this big green blob and like says,
Or is
that
it
it's-
red? We don't know.
And Earl says he's unimpressed by the ugly, shapeless, stupid green blob, and the baby's like, "But I named it not the mama or whatever or daddy." I think he says daddy in that scene. It was weird.
Yeah.
So baby
My
must be
daughter
sick.
refers to me as Ack.
Oh, she likes Kathy comics.
Edge, Christian, and Kurt Angle.
No, like my wife will be calling my name, and Lou will be with her, and she'll go Ack. So that's who I am now. I'm Ack.
That's pretty close to Zach, though.
You know,
You think she'd call you Dad?
you think she'd call me Old Papa Bear?
You got one of them broken babies.
What does Kristen call
right.
you?
Old Papa Bear.
No, not during sex.
That's what I go by.
No.
Mainly when I'm in the kitchen. When I'm chefing.
I said not during
That's what
sex.
I call it. I call it chefing.
She caught me on the table.
Where the magic happens. It wasn't. But, so Charlene's trying to trick Earl into like signing this permission slip to get out of doing homework, and he's fine with it. He reads it because it says like, "Please excuse her because she's not smart enough to do the homework." And like Fran's arguing with him, but he's like, "She's right. She's not." So Robbie joins in. They all agree that she's too dumb to do the homework, and she's like also trying to sell this idea because she doesn't want to do it.
She's right for once.
Yeah, sure. Fran is the only one that doesn't agree because she thinks it's smart to like try to be innovative or whatever.
Yeah, because she came up with a return policy.
That's true. Fran did innovate the world.
She invented it.
That's true. By trying to bring gifts back to Cave Mart.
This family's dysfunctional, man. I don't know about this show.
What?
I don't know if it's gonna last. I don't know if it's not gonna go.
It's still
extinct.
I don't get it.
I didn't get it.
Could you explain
I
the joke,
said it
please?
and I didn't get it.
Could you please
Ben,
explain the joke?
How did you feel about that joke and your dad?
Our dad should meet, Chris.
Our dad? Well, okay. We're gonna have to get a bulldozer. Start there.
Mine was cremated, so it'll be a little bit easier.
Well, it's gonna be harder to find them.
No. Here's what we'll do. Okay, we'll get a post hole digger, and we'll just go down, and then we'll start pouring.
What's a post hole?
That's what she said.
You know, for like a fence.
Yeah.
None taken. So Charlene's up in her room trying to write a bribe to her teacher, including like $6 to get out of doing the homework. But she decides teachers probably make so much money that wouldn't affect him. She just throws it out.
That joke made Issa laugh. That's how good that joke was.
Poor Issa.
Oh, it's
not a
funny 'cause
teacher.
we don't pay our teachers.
She's there though. She's up in the mix.
I know, but she's not a teacher.
Okay, quit bragging. I get it. You're
Yeah, we get it. She
Hang on.
makes money.
So that's a good point. If all your students fail the class, are you not a teacher anymore?
I mean,
What
in
would
that
you
you've
be?
been fired, yes.
Oh,
You taught
okay.
them one thing, to never
My dog
give up.
is trying to fight me right now.
That's cool.
Stop.
Give him a mic.
You want pretzel?
He's gonna fight him like an Australian.
Hey,
Fighting
okay.
fucking
Were those your pretzels, or are you guys both eating dog treats? Those were in your lap already.
Those are classic dog
I'm just happy to
pretzels.
see you.
The fuck, bro?
So anyway, while Charlene's in her room, she turns around and Turtle Puss is just there, like peeping Toming in her room.
Is it
the
actual
robe.
turtle puss, or is it just like
It's one of his side jobs. He's playing
He's
a muse.
Yeah, he's in Muse. He's in the
Oh.
band Muse.
No, he's in
Nice.
the lesbian choir from
What a bad
Cincinnati
band.
Muse. And so yeah, he's in her room and she's like trying to get him to leave because she's like, "What the fuck? Why is this adult man just in my room all of a sudden?"
I know, and
Coworker.
he keeps like saying phrases, and she's like, "I've heard that one before." It's like, what?
Oh no, she's being there's sex pests throughout this universe.
That's very weird.
But yeah, he's there to give her like an idea for the science project. But he thinks that it's the 16th century and she's Copernicus in Poland.
Yeah.
And
She's
he
not?
accidentally gave Copernicus a
Okay.
recipe for brownies, which I guess maybe she was supposed to invent.
Yeah, but which is funny because just imagine this dinosaur with angel's wings shows up in 16th century.
It seems like you're
Poland.
doing a stripper bit with dinosaurs.
Well, it kind of is.
Yeah, to an extent.
Plus, it's turtle puss, so you know
It's Turtle Puss.
he's got
But,
the puss part.
Definitely a stripper then.
So Charlene falls asleep thinking about this news. He's like planting the idea in her head, but she doesn't exactly like remember this interaction in the morning.
Well, no, he puts her to sleep. He throws fairy dust at her.
I've heard
But,
that one before.
Yeah, I heard that one before.
But so the next morning, Baby's still churning out this artwork, but it's already like covering the fridge at this point, so they don't know where to put the rest of it. But Charlene comes in the room and she's talking about going to school to be a loser, and she like picks up an orange and looks at it and is like, "This is the Earth," which is how you know this shit's fucking phony. This fucking round Earth bullshit. Like they looked at an orange. You think we live on an orange? I don't even like oranges.
It's more like a pancake.
Is that why you voted for Trump? Wow.
Only the first two times.
Was it a 2D picture though? How do you know it was a globe? You could have just been looking down on the flat Earth.
Wait, what? Why would you look down on flat earthers?
They just seem lesser.
Look, I would never look down on
Because
them,
of how
but,
they
like,
groomed their hair.
You can't look down on Shaq. He's too tall.
They can, you know, they can believe whatever they want. But I wouldn't look down on them for it, you know.
I just, I'm glad that people are being creative because, like, it is a weird concept that growing up, I never, like, I feel like in, like, maybe 1995, there was one flat earther in the world. And now it's at least, like, 1 million. And that's progress.
That's how many views they get on YouTube.
Hell yeah, brother.
A lot
We
a
get
lot
a
of
lot
that
of views.
expansion. A lot of that expansion was the internet. You only knew like 6 people, and one was a flat earther, and then you knew 6 million, and so
One out
a
of
million were
6.
flat earthers.
Yeah, Ben has 1 million friends on Facebook when he's not banned.
Those aren't friends; those are colleagues.
I saw you were back. And I was gonna comment, and I'm like, by the time it gets sent, he's gonna be banned again. I was like, fuck it. Like,
I tried not to get banned. I'm not banned again yet, but I know I'm trying to just not. I almost what?
I thought you already were because you kept talking about Cum Town. I figured you'd get banned.
That's what I was worried about. I thought I was going to get banned for making fun of Cum Town. I don't know what
They're
kind
not
of pool they have.
powerful enough. It's not like you made fun of Joe Rogan.
We would never do that.
This is the episode for Joe Rogan.
I do mention Joe Rogan in my notes, of course.
Yeah, it's very someone who he would have on his show.
Yeah.
Look, we've been beating up on Joe Rogan a lot, and he's the little guy. Like, I'm worried that he's not going to have a voice. I think we should like set our sights back on the true enemy, which is Dane Cook.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
It's been too long.
is he still alive?
Yes, to say.
Yeah, he is. I saw an interview with him recently.
The Jesus.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
The Jesus. That's Mitch Hedberg.
What?
Wow. Wow.
What? I was thinking,
Wow.
who looks like Jesus?
Oh.
Way to speak of the ill of the dead.
Well, he's dead.
I got
too.
more offended with Mitch Hedberg than let's talk about
Than
our
your
dead
dad.
fathers. Just went straight to jokes on that one.
It's our new sitcom, Our Dead Fathers.
Yeah,
Our
we,
Dead Dads.
we just hold
He's
skulls
my
like
dead
Hamlet, but not
dad.
really.
No, it's
just
it's
make
more
him
like
talk.
it's a Weekend at Bernie's situation.
Oh,
Sanders?
but with skeletons.
Except you're
so
trying
everyone
to make
knows.
people think that like a jar of ashes is a person. Like you
No,
put
it's-
googly eyes on it.
We got a clip on
Fiction,
tie.
so it's fiction. So we'll just do it. We'll freshen them right away.
Freshen
They won't
them,
be
like
our real
refill their
dads.
drinks.
Fiction. They're not
Aw.
really.
Well,
dead.
I keep wanting to do the therapist thing. Like, so you think your dad was fictional, huh? Oh.
No one-
Well, it was sometimes
Is it
it was
'cause he
hard to
was
tell the
absent,
difference
or-
because it was like, is he just a projection of what I think he is, or was he really,
Oh, oh. This
I
is
mean, now we're
real
getting like too deep
existential.
into the whole like idea of like, can you ever really know a person? Like,
I'd
I
get
thought
too
this
deep
was
in
a
that hole if you know
podcast
what I'm
about
talking about.
dinosaurs.
Speaking of Sum 41, Charlene's presenting
Chad
to her
Kroger.
class about the world being round. She's saying that's why ships at the sea disappear over the horizon and why the shadow on the moon is round during
Yeah.
an eclipse.
All the classic propaganda.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. And
I've
then
seen it look
Charlie,
like the moon's wearing a belt during an eclipse. What do you mean?
an 8 is just a 0 wearing a belt. Anyway, so Charlene gets arrested for heresy during class. She gets busted in on by the South Park's PC squad.
Yeah, the policeman classroom squad.
The police and classroom squad, and he calls them.
Yeah.
They call themselves the PC squad. They show up to arrest her.
The PC squad. They arrest her, sexual harass and Mel Luster.
Yeah, some sex pests show up and arrest her for.
Well, they refer to him as Officer Riley, but I don't believe that. I think that's
I've never been to O'Reilly's.
I heard it was the cop from Masked Intruder.
Yeah, that's who it was.
Can we confirm or deny?
What
are
was
they
that guy's name?
How are they not problematic? I think it was like Officer Bradbury or something.
Yeah, it's Bradford, I think.
Bradford.
I think
that's right.
people have been trying to take them down for years.
You can't because they wear masks.
No one knows who they are.
The loads of tattoos didn't give it away. Yeah, they were for never mind. I can't remember his name right now. The gay guy, the gay Canadian musician.
That could be anyone.
Orville Redenbacher.
Jeff
Orville
Goldblum.
They work for Orville Peck now.
Is that a
Captain
real
now.
name of a human?
Yeah, Orville Peck. You should listen to Orville Peck. He's amazing.
Orville
And he
Peck.
also he dresses like a gay Lone Ranger.
He's a gay
You
cowboy.
can
No,
just
the
say
Lone
Lone
Ranger.
Ranger.
Yeah, you're right.
He's not British. What are you talking about?
Is the Lone Ranger British?
No, never mind.
Yeah, he's gay.
Oh yeah, I forgot. British
Duh.
synonyms.
God damn it.
Cinnamons.
Yeah,
One
so
if my land cometh in me.
Cometh by come town.
The British are coming.
By
In
town.
me.
anyway, so Charlene gets arrested, and she's
As she should.
yes, it's true.
Sorry, Mark is still behind me shouting.
And she
thought that was
she
Chomper.
goes. She goes.
He will not fucking leave me alone right now.
Dogs have no concept of the
Give him
round
one of
earth.
your pretzels, your little
I
pretzel
did that,
poppers.
but that seems to have encouraged him to
Oh,
think
that
that's
gassed
what
him up.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
Sorry,
yeah,
Tim. Go on.
So she's in front of the judge, H.T. Stone, I believe his name is.
Yeah, and there's a Latin motto on the wall that says "Altio mea est," which translates to "Vengeance is mine."
And we get the crest, like the Pangea crest that they have, that they
Yeah, the toothpaste.
with the flag, and god damn it, and
I'm a crest punk. Sorry.
yeah, and before Charlene even like comes into the room, like the stenographer, is that who that's supposed to be? Is it
Yeah.
supposed to be like the stenographer is just
That's
like,
how she's listed in the credits.
okay, yeah. She's like, well, we got someone coming in for heresy, and he's like, oh, then she's guilty. And she's
Sexual
like,
heresy?
yeah.
What sexual heresy meant.
And he's like, well, then she's guilty. And she's like, but she hasn't had her trial yet. And he's like, no, she's definitely guilty.
Yeah, he just wants to pronounce it before it even begins. And Earl's just going on about how he was right and Fran was wrong because it did not pay to be innovative or intelligent. That she would have been better off being stupid.
And his only fucking defense is just to apologize.
Yeah, he tells her she should apologize. Also, Fran remarks on how emaciated Charlene looks after being in jail, and Charlene thanks her, which is weird because usually Charlene is completely non-respondent to the fat shaming they give her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's usually
That's
pretty
not bad.
stoked on being juicy.
Yeah, exactly, as she should be.
2 C's thick.
Very
But
weird.
exactly. But I like.
She's got that tail, which is boobs or a butt. I'm not sure. Because
What?
that episode was so clumsy about it. There's an episode where like Charlene gets her tail, and it's
Oh.
like it's meant
I
to
was
be
gonna
like
say-
boobs or a butt, but they're never
Yeah, the
really
metaphor
sure about
switches
what
a
it
bit.
is.
I was gonna say those are 2 very different locations. I
Uh-huh.
don't understand how you
Uh-huh.
would confuse them.
Yeah, but if you think about the Earth as like a speck of sand,
And
in
I
the grand
do.
scheme of things, okay, then the butt and the boobs are basically the same guy.
And also,
Same guy, my
They,
guy.
they both look like the
Grabbing
number
your
3
sister's-
sideways.
grabbing your sister's boobs because you
Can we
thought it was
please
fake.
stop talking about grinding with your sister?
Look, I'm saying Robbie grabbed that fake tail off Charlene, and then he grabbed the real tail, which is basically
That's
like
true.
grabbing your
If
sister's
you,
Whoa,
boobs.
step bro.
if you ever saw any of his sisters, you would not stop talking about it.
Oh no, I've
They're all
met,
very gorgeous.
The Georges
I
are
met
a very
Georges.
attractive family.
The
Georges.
Georges.
Yeah, I did Harry Potter trivia with one of them before.
It was Emily.
Wow.
She's the one with the rollerblades.
Nice attempt of a brag.
Yeah, I know. Kind of a big shot.
I saw one from a picture far away.
Looked like
Zach
me
was
with a
like
wig.
holding it back.
Don't get me closer.
Okay. Now, Ben, you were saying the world was a speck of sand. Now go on. How does that make you feel?
I did vote for Bernie Sanders.
Oh,
That
so it
was-
made you feel to do
Kinda
the wrong thing.
Like a
We all
soy
know
boy.
how
It
that
made me a soy
feels.
boy. But yeah, so Earl coaches Charlene into apologizing convincingly and saying to compliment the judge on his robes, tell him it was a joke, not a particularly funny joke. But then again, you're not a professional entertainer like us. But,
Right.
unfortunately, Charlene is sticking to her guns on this one. But luckily, Earl says he's going to go toe to toe with these guys until, of course, the judge shouts anything. Then Earl fucking backs down.
Yeah.
Did she consider taking the Alex Jones tactic and saying no one could possibly think that this was real and it's just a
It's a
character?
gimmick.
And then going right back to the character immediately after
Yeah.
court. She should have.
Seems like it works.
Yeah, I mean, they put him in Waking Life, so it's working.
I think that was maybe 20 years before that happened.
Yeah, but that was my first glimpse into the Alex Jones.
Good.
But yeah, it turns out like this is where you actually find out Sexual Harris works for South Park's PC squad. They use hidden surveillance, microphones, and paid informants to fight anything that undermines personal freedoms.
Yeah.
And he overheard Charlene, the enemy of the state, allegedly saying that the world was citrus shaped, and and also he mentions like that what disagreeing with the majority in a democracy, it's unheard of.
How dare you?
Also this whole like trial setup is just like it's like the judge, the prosecutor stuff, they all have like the wigs on, like the powdery wigs.
I was more of a Tory back then.
Yeah. Also, it's I don't know if this was intentional or what, or if someone just messed up, but on the table for the defense side, like Charlene's side, it's spelled DEFENCE. It says defense on the
football game.
I don't know if that was on purpose.
Probably not. They didn't know words back then.
Ask Tim Doyle. Get Tim Doyle on the horn.
Let's get 5
bring him in
people
real
on
quick.
here. Yeah, let's get 5 people on this.
Look,
But so Earl tries to plead temporary intelligence on Charlene's behalf. He's like, she's never had an intelligent thought before. I promise it'll never happen again. And then that's when the court officials shout for everyone to cover their ears while Charlene's talking, because if they overhear her heresy, they'll be accomplices.
Yeah, but then Charlene's like, what am I gonna do, Mom? And she's like, well, it's okay because Robbie's working on a special witness.
Mm-hmm.
Which
So-
immediately cuts to Pullman, who's like, what a surprise.
Yeah, so they're in Pullman's heavily surveilled office, and Robbie's trying to convince him to come to the case, but like Pullman keeps like indicating that they're being watched.
so do they live in like a Puritan society? Is that what this is like analogous
Yeah,
to?
that's
Like
that's what the wigs are about.
if they're on trial for heresy, like is it really like who's their
Seriously.
god? Isn't it like some weird like
Godzilla.
The one true
wasn't
God.
the baby their
Zach.
god for a little bit?
Yeah, then his horn fell off. They need a horny god. Their god is a horny god.
Don't we all?
Roller skates.
So yeah, anyway, Pullman doesn't want to get involved because he's being watched, but Mindy approaches Pullman to ask about evolution versus intelligent design because she believes in evolution, but the new textbooks say that intelligent design is the way to go.
The state sanctioned.
State sanctioned, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, they have states now too.
Yeah.
And
No, it's just Pangea.
and the teacher coaches are on ignoring the subject and moving on when you find something that conflicts with like your reality. And Robbie's pissed off, so he gets arrested too.
Yep. Immediately, because the PC squad is right outside.
Yeah, because they're watching on camera the whole time,
Yeah.
As they should.
as they
Yep.
should in America. So yeah, the prosecutors present their ultimate evidence, which is a guy in a lab coat, as they say.
A German dinosaur.
Yeah, he works for the We Say So
Yeah.
Corporation.
He sounds
as a
innocent.
Government shill. You're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he proves that the Earth is flat because he has a model of a flat Earth, and he's like, we make thousands of these in the factory. Why would we do that if it wasn't true?
Yeah, and it's like, and it's just like what you would look like on the fake globes that we have today that we teach at school, but it's completely flat.
Just in the center of that like ring.
Yeah, it's the ice shelf.
Yeah,
But
there's, like,
everything's
Oh.
digital now, so you're not in class. You're looking through the monitor, so it is flat. Don't you see the conundrum?
Holy shit.
I just
Dude.
like end the show. Play the music.
So
Play
dude,
the music.
I've never seen the conundrum. Is it good? Who's in
You
it?
can't.
It's delicious.
Well, we can only play the music if Zach edits it, because Ben doesn't know how to insert.
Then it would be conundrum.
look, I wanna go ahead and
Nice.
apologize for like missing a week and then
It's not your fault.
2 weeks
we
later
just need
having
to.
this fucking insane episode that we just popped into. We dropped into the episode.
Yeah, it's whatever. Nobody cares.
I literally got a text that said, "She doing anything?" I was just like writing a script that said, "Just all right, we're sending you a link."
I was like, hop in. We'll
Just
talk
join
about
in.
flat Earth.
Oh shit! I hadn't prepared literally at all.
So the judge starts banging the gavel and shouting guilty until he comes, essentially. And he
Yeah.
uses his hammer thing, as he calls it.
He's
Like
the judge
legit
of
coming.
Cumtown.
He's
Yeah.
the judge of Cumtown. Come at me, bro. And Charlene goes on this whole Joe Rogan speech about like free speech, which is her next original idea that nobody had yet. Even though they've had episodes about free speech before being a concept, so they don't really know what the fuck they're talking about on the show. Sorry,
They had an angry mob out there to stop it.
Yeah. You couldn't say smoo or anything that rhymed with smoo.
You can't say smoo.
I can't believe you're saying that now. I'm gonna have to bleep it.
They can't. They say I can't rap about smoo no more.
they said okay. So the last episode we did, Zach.
Yeah.
Earl says smoo in the episode.
Look,
yeah.
Will Smith doesn't have to say smoo in his raps to sell records.
Well, I do. So smoo him and smoo you too.
This whole segment's gonna have to be taken out, man.
Yeah, we can't get this past. Can't get this past this
Columbine.
The sponsor.
Oh God, what?
There's this song on Marshall Mathers LP where there's this long part missing, and then he just says Columbine. I had to remove it from the album.
Oh yeah, he's like
the whole school of bullies shut up all at one time.
Yeah.
Now we gotta I gotta bleep that too.
I'll bleep it.
I'll ask Marilyn Manson if we're allowed to include it.
He's in jail.
Good.
Is he in jail?
I thought he was arrested, but maybe.
You're thinking of Charles Manson.
You're thinking of Bill Cosby.
Yeah, his dad.
Oh wait,
he's dead.
You're thinking of Donald Rumsfeld.
Oh good.
He's in the ultimate jail.
Any other names in the media right now that we need to touch on, or we get them all?
That runner who smoked weed.
Here's a little progressive thing though. I hear Donald Rumsfeld's grave is going to be a gender neutral bathroom. So if anybody needs to take a piss.
So which one is it? Is that Zero Suit Samus or Samus?
Yeah, it can be either or. It's progressive society. 50 bartenders. But yeah, Charlene suggests instead of like them going to jail for 40 years in a salt mine, that they be sentenced to death, but they get to choose the way that they die.
Mm-hmm.
And like he's like, of course you can choose the way you died. Never forget, this is your legal system.
9/11, never forget, this is your legal system.
Mm-hmm.
And she's being edgy, so she wants to go to the edge in the world.
She wants edge pizza from Donato's.
She said
that's a local reference.
When she got to choose the way that she died, she said, in my own bed as an old man. With
She's a riddle off.
Cock
in someone's
cock
mouth.
around my lips.
Oh.
Cock around my lips.
Yeah, she's female. I don't know. I don't know how that works otherwise.
What are we talking? Are we talking about Bill Cosby?
That's what
always,
I said.
Back
That's
to
what
Cosby
I said.
Cock.
I think we're talking about Game of Thrones. Could be wrong.
Yes, that's correct. She's become Tyrion Lannister.
Eventually, we all do.
She does always pay her
He wasn't a
debts.
ska band.
Well, they were kind of a ska band. They were like a funk, like fusion band.
Funk is ska. Own it.
It's kind of.
It was Car Full of Dwarves. Was that the band?
No.
Okay.
Now you're just being offensive.
Wow, defensive.
Car full of little people.
Yeah, okay, thank you. I already changed it from the actual offensive band name that it is.
Oh boy.
But it was a ska band with the M word in it. But yeah, they also had a tuba, so fuck them.
Who has a tuba?
Idiots have tubas.
We had one person play the tuba in our like school band.
Never play an instrument that a baby could get lost in. That's what I say. Because that's the fear.
Or someone like playing bagpipes.
That's why I stopped playing bagpipes.
So like
playing baby pipes.
So like a acoustic guitar when you drop the pick in it.
Yeah.
You can't get it out.
Yeah,
like
you have
a
to
baby
shake it
with
till
a
the
kick
baby
drum.
comes out.
You just shake the baby.
That's true. The kick drum could just like, they put a pillow in it.
Kick the baby. Yeah. Kick the baby.
Yeah, like a real fat baby. I get it.
So they go back to the house
Husky
before
baby.
they go back to the Sinclair house, and baby gives Robbie another piece of art, which at this point there's art littering the entire house, every surface of everything that's hanging from the ceiling, just shitty baby art.
Yeah, and baby's like being really sincere. Like he's just like, "Are you guys going?" And like everyone's upset, but
Yeah,
Charlene's just like, "No, trust me, I know what I'm doing."
yeah. So they go off with the PC squad to throw them off the edge of the world.
Yeah,
But they come back in 80 days because that's how long it takes to go around the world.
That's right.
And Fran made their favorite dinner just in preparation because she made it every single night since they've been gone, just in case they came back.
80 nights of meatloaf.
80 nights of meatloaf.
That is a nightmare.
It's torture.
Honestly. Yeah, that's
Earl says it's torture, but I mean, I love meatloaf, but not 80 nights of it. I would do anything for meatloaf, but not that.
Yeah.
I would eat anything for dinner, but not that.
Chomper's trying to get some meatloaf right now. Look at him.
Literally trying to get to his food. Get up here.
Yeah, the meatloaf you made him.
I made him meatloaf every day. I do mushroom one day, ketchup next day, back and forth.
You're on an 80-day streak of meatloaf.
also when they come back, Baby's just like, who are you?
Yeah, Baby doesn't remember them.
Why would he?
Has no object permanence.
He's the only memorable character in the show.
It's true.
That's true.
According to Maxim.
Yep.
According to Maxim. Of course, Maxim would have an article about dinosaurs.
No, not that Maxim.
Yeah.
Our guest host from 2 weeks ago.
Not the
Yeah, I
sexy
thought-
magazine. Just
I
the
assume they
sexy
ran out
man.
of material.
Yeah.
They're like,
This is
any
Baby
90s shows we can
now.
read about?
You know what? Can I go on a rant about?
I
print
wish you
media-
would.
about print media.
Oh yeah,
And,
you
like,
should.
Yeah, you do have a degree in journalism.
So my band is featured on the cover of the New Yorker, and I can't
fucking
find
wild.
it anywhere. I can't find it anywhere.
What's
It's
funny
like-
is a couple letters of your band is featured on it,
yeah, less.
which is still enough that I told people. I was like, hey, this band I played in is on the New Yorker.
But I can't find a copy anywhere. So I go to Barnes and Noble, and I'm like, where the fuck would it be in the first place?
Those don't exist anymore.
Current events. So I go current events, and it's not there. And then I look over, and
Liberal
it's like
cities.
it's just CBD. There's like 20,000 CBD magazines, but I can't find the one magazine that I need. How many CBD magazines do you need?
It's
None, but you
technically
need a lot of CBT ones.
no. Hang on. Technically, it's illegal to make CBD websites, so they have to make them all magazines.
Wait, is that true?
So
It is right now.
so Chris
As
has
far
a,
as you know, till you get off this call.
Chris has a good story about doing a job at Barnes and Noble.
I was gonna say it's stuck in the wall. No, when I was running the plumbing service thing, or I was on a service call. It was at Barnes and Noble, and we had to access the clean out behind the wall, like with the access panel. And I guess no one had done that in a long time because I found the clean out. So I pulled it off the wall, and I noticed there was a bunch of magazines stacked up, and it was all pornography, like in the men's room. And as like we got down in there, because like I was like headlong into the wall and pulling them out one by one, they like went by age, like the layering of a tree, like the inside of a tree, like the age. So like as you went down, it was like month to month. So some dude was just in there cranking off, I guess, to each magazine. And then when he was done with it, it was used and it
Cram
was
it into the
filthy.
wall.
Yeah, he wanted a new Virgin magazine, so he'd cram into the wall. So
But didn't
history
here's
is
the thing:
amazing.
is we didn't retrieve all of them. So it's the one by my house. So I always think about going in there and finding the rest to complete the story, or just cranking off.
didn't you say he
Yeah,
was an
yeah, for
equal
sure.
opportunity cranker, and there was some like straight porn and some gay?
Yeah, it was a mix. It was a mix.
So it was just like dependent on the
So
day.
once again, I wonder if he went in the wall and realized someone tampered with it, so he stopped, or if it's just rejuvenating right now.
you might
like,
go back and find like a
replenishing.
fresh cache, or maybe he died. COVID.
Turns out that Barnes and Noble was just a sperm bank.
So we were talking
He's
about
got a
like
savings
whether
account.
we were talking about if it was the employee that'd say there or just the regular. And like if it was like Cheers, like the regular comes in, they're like, "Oh, hey, Norm," or whatever, like going to read his magazines. If I told the employees, like if he got busted, like he walked in and they're all like, "Oh, that pervert, like, been jerking off for 2 decades."
I imagine that it's like a Norm situation where they're like, "Norm," and they're like, "Want a porno, Norm?" And he's like, he makes like a quip. Like,
Eczema tab.
Also, everyone's in on it.
Yeah, it sucks. He had to get a Barnes
I'll
and
be in the
Noble.
bathroom.
He was a member of Crankers Without Borders, so he had to get a Barnes and Nobles instead.
Great,
Especially once it went out of business.
Out of borders.
Oh.
This whole court is out of Borders.
Yeah,
So
Borders
this-
is closed, isn't it? Did they go out of business?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they didn't have enough crankers coming in.
They didn't have enough public bathrooms to jam your porno into the wall.
By the way, the episode Dinosaurs ended pretty much right when the story started.
Oh, good.
It just ends with them coming back and the sexual harassment being pissed off about it and leaving.
So,
Yeah,
Tim, did you find a
it's-
copy of the New Yorker?
No, Did
That
not
sucks.
find one at Barnes and Noble. Did not find one at Target.
Yeah, I get it in New York.
Can you buy it online?
And that's it. No, there's like no one else that sells magazines anymore. So that was all.
I used to buy magazines at Walgreens. Like
That was.
Have you looked at the prices now though? It's like $20 for a cup like an issue of Us Weekly or some shit.
we subscribe
the-
time.
Max ordered one online. It was like $15. Like people pay $15.
How do you know that, Ben? Did you secretly go buy all those so he couldn't find the band? Like you,
Yeah, I bought up all of them.
you bugged his house so you know whatever he's about to go do and just fuck with Tim all day.
Oh no, Ben! Please tell me you didn't bug the house.
Yeah, I did. I just hear you doing Legos all day.
I'm so sorry.
All day.
I'm just trying to prevent anything that can undermine freedoms. So I had to use high-tech surveillance. I just put in one inside the toilet camera. That's it.
And your wall is now insulated with porno. You're welcome.
For unrelated reasons.
It's warming for 2 reasons.
Yeah. There's just some fucking perverted bed bugs in there. I gotta take care of them.
Well, much like sexual Harris, you have upset my worldview. So.
You're welcome.
So yeah, thanks for joining in with us for this episode. Special guest.
Hey,
Chris
we
and
did
Zach
it.
Was the Keystone Copycats.
Together.
So how'd you feel about the episode of Dinosaurs?
You know,
Listen.
Do you feel like you've seen it just from us explaining it?
I usually hear about it from you two while I'm editing the
Bono,
episode.
The Edge.
But
Speaking of the Edge.
now,
Yeah, you would think that
Did you?
listening to someone talk about the episode is worse than watching it, because it is.
Yeah,
Because that's factual.
I
'Cause
would
you're
never
like,
listen to a
"Oh,
podcast if somebody described it the way we describe ours. So I get that.
I didn't know that till I got into it. That was
yeah.
I listen every
that we were
week.
doing that.
Oh boy.
So anyway, that really hurt my feelings. So I gotta go think about that.
How do you
But
feel
Ben,
about that?
But Ben, most importantly, how do you feel about that?
Horny?
Thank
Oh,
God.
well, I got a place
He's
for you to go
cured.
then.
Look, you're gonna be in town in August, so we'll point you to
Where
that Barnes and Noble.
everybody knows your name.
Perfect. But yeah, thank you to Jeremy Hunter from Scott the Network for our theme song. You can check out their music on everywhere, Spotify, YouTube, etc. You can check out We Are the Union. That's the band they're in. And then thanks to Amy Shenanigans for the beautiful portraits of Ben and Tim. I'm one of those two. And you can also check out Zach's podcast. He's a producer. He has a podcast called Waterson on Bandcamp. No, that's not right. What am I reading? Burnt Out Bright, Tall Tales, Grinding Sisters. No. Old Papa Bear. No, it's Keystone Copycats with Chris and Zach.
Rollerblading bears.
Rollerblading bears. Well, that's one of those Mancala effects where you remember being roller skating bears when you were a kid.
You ever play Mancala?
Yeah, man. What's the Mancala with you?
I don't know.
But join us next week.
What's going on?
For season 3, episode 10, Wilderness Weekend.
Wilderness
Yeah.
Weekend. Boy.
Yep. Yeah.
I think it's like a hall pass thing where you can fuck somebody. We're on a break.
Ben was like,
Weekend.
I'm going to tell people about the next episode, but I'm going to cram as many references to other things in it as I can.
Why wouldn't I?
Why wouldn't you? Boy, I had a blast. How about you guys?
I don't remember any of what just happened.
It was
That's
quite
right.
educational. Quite
Yeah,
educational.
It's a good thing we
So-
recorded it.
What we
Yeah,
learned,
that's good.
what we
Keep it
learned from this
documented.
episode is that the world is definitely flat, and we shouldn't question that.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
We already knew.
Mm-hmm.
Satellites aren't real.
I just don't get it. I just don't get it. It's a lot of metal. Shouldn't float.
It doesn't.
You know they don't float.
Listen, when you
That's
put
not
metal,
what's happening.
when you put metal in water, it sinks. I don't get it. I think it's physics.
Space is
I don't
water,
get it.
technically.
They do call satellites the unsinkable Molly Brown. That's what I've heard.
Technically.
Technically speaking.
Titanic.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay, well that's the end of the episode.
Oh,
Thanks,
is it?
boys.
Enjoy your extinction.
Yeah, thanks, Zach. Can you get all our shit in?
If you need any services,
Yep. get them.
All elite services
Or tune into All Elite Wrestling.
Yeah.
every Wednesday. Every
Yeah. I don't want to get sued. I'll promote that for them.
Wednesday. Tony Khan. Hello, Tony Khan.
He's a listener. Oh, Jesus.
All right. So I'm kicking y'all out of my Zoom chat. I'll see you later.